incredibly generous, and when disaster strikes anywhere, scammers are quick to take advantage of that. The war in Ukraine is no different. Doreen Reardon joins us from AARP North Dakota. And welcome, Doreen. Thank you so much for joining us in this conversation, because I think a lot of us want to help, but obviously that opens us up to things like scams. So why does a war in another part of the world trigger a scam?
Hi there. Yes, scammers follow the headlines, and they're always taking the opportunity to take advantage of any kind of headline like that might be an opportunity for them to line their pockets. And they know that Americans are very generous. We've given lots of money over the years. 4.71 billion in charities in 2020 alone. So that they know that if they can, move that money into some of their own little charity setups that they do, that they can make some good money. So, the generous American heart, I think, is what is being gone after right now, and scammers really know how to do that. So, and they know that the public is really concerned about Ukraine right now, and it's a critical time, and people want to help. And there's a lot of ways that when scammers are involved, they line their pockets.
I know a lot of scams come in different forms. So the one that you're talking about specifically, how does that happen?
Well, it can happen a lot of different ways. Text messages. I've seen some stuff on social media, charities trying to collect money for Ukraine. So social media, be very careful there. But text messages and links that might be asking you to give right now, if there's some urgency, that's kind of a red flag. And it might be a charity that sounds familiar, but the name might be just a little bit different. So it's really important to don't feel pressured. If they're asking you to act real quickly, that's a sure red flag that it could be something off the wall. Also, if they ask you to purchase gift cards, that's always a scam. So, just be really careful. But it's usually coming in by text, email, social media, that kind of thing.
I think at this point, what we talk about a lot is if there's a link, avoid, doing a link. Just search for the website itself if you think you want to donate, but never click on the link. And also, if somebody's saying right now that's an issue, and then you mentioned gift cards. I know that comes up a lot, but what are some other things people should know about these scams?
Yeah, I guess you just watch for them. And if you have a gut feeling like something just doesn't look right, just like with an email or something else like that, just be real cautious of it, or go right to the website, like you mentioned too. You can also check out different charities on a place like give.org is one site, and then also charitywatch.org is another site to check out to see if they are legitimate. But one thing that they'll do too is say, oh, thank you for your past contribution, to try to get you to feel comfortable with giving to them again. And it might be that you've never given to this organization, but they're trying to make you feel comfortable. So that's something to watch for. They'll want to see, they'll want to get your money any way they can get it. But what we're saying too is, using a credit card might be your safest bet, because that way, if it is something illegitimate, you can have more consumer protections than with other payment forms.
And for people that have, fallen suspect of scams, people that maybe have done them and they're a little bit embarrassed, what's something that you would want them to know about charity scams in general?
Yeah, well, scammers are so sophisticated now that people shouldn't feel bad if they do get scammed, because there are such high-tech ways that they are getting at people's money and getting people to part with their money. So don't feel bad. Just know that if you can spot a scam, you can stop a scam. So just watching for those red flags is really, really important. And with charity scams, it's no different. We all want to help. We all want to do the right thing. But just research your charities and know where you're giving. Just remaining vigilant is kind of our number one weapon in this whole thing, and protect yourselves and your money from those scammers.
And of course, we would never want to discourage people from donating to charities. That is a wonderful thing to do. Absolutely do that. But of course, use some of the resources that you mentioned. So somebody isn't quite sure. They do want to give to charity, but they don't know what is a scam and what's not. Who can they talk to, or where can they find more information?
Right. Well, AARP has a Fraud Watch network that is a helpline on our network that people will answer your call, talk you through something. If you're not sure, they can help you look things up too. And that number is 877-908-3360, and you have it up on your screen. So if you just want to talk, if you're not sure, if you want to check on something, you can always check with our Fraud Watch helpline, because they're there and willing to help in any way they can.
All right, Doreen, thank you so much for that great information, especially during these challenging times in the world. So we appreciate it. And stay with us. We have a lot more North Dakota Today coming when we come back from break.